Welcome to Barely Balanced. We're two realtor moms building businesses, raising kids, and trying to stay mostly sane. I'm Larissa.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is where real estate and real life collide. Hi.
Hi. Happy Monday. Oh, jeez. Hi.
Hi.
Happy Monday. Is it close enough?
I think the mic's good.
Okay.
Yeah. We're practicing with the mic.
I feel like I move a lot, and so I feel kind of trapped in.
Oh, do you feel a little
like I want to like
claustrophobic?
touch my hair, and I'm like, bonk.
Oh,
I do that.
yeah. We can get mic stands. We can hold them
But
instead.
I like this too. It's fine.
I don't. Yeah.
You don't?
No, I do. Sorry, I do. Sometimes I say words that I don't mean. That's what I meant.
I don't.
I do in fact like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. How are you?
Good. Just, shifted morning. It wasn't a normal schedule, so I'm behind in my Monday. So
Yeah.
I didn't do any 411, PNL, nothing.
Yeah.
None of that is happening today.
Did you do Pilates?
I did.
Okay, good.
That is the one thing that I did do.
Good. I've been focusing on that, like doing one specific thing that I intentionally do one specific thing.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, I intentionally reflect, did I do the one specific thing?
Oh, that's good.
And I am not allowed to feel bad about myself if I did in fact do it. And then I feel like there's other things that I've added.
Well, great.
It's not working so far, but I'm trying.
Okay, well, it's a process.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
I like in theory, I feel like it should work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, so I'm just kind of like, it's kind of a off-kilter type Monday. How are you? How's your Monday going?
I'm doing good. I'm enjoying the sun.
Oh,
it's been needed.
I realized spring has sprung in Washington. There's nothing like it.
I planted my dahlias this weekend.
Oh, yay!
I love a dahlia. Also, I realized that I don't actually have depression. I just have seasonal depression, which is great.
Well, it's still depression, but it is a thing.
I mean,
right?
it's slightly better though, I think.
Yeah, I do. I agree. Totally. You can just get like a vitamin D lamp for your house. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a very common thing in Seattle. Everyone has seasonal depression in the Pacific Northwest.
But the spring has sprung. It is lovely here.
Yes.
Very happy about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Sun's out, guns out.
What are we talking about today? Let me ask this.
Yes.
Okay, we've both been in this industry for a while.
Yeah.
If you could just go back, day one, day uno, year one, what would you do differently? Think about differently.
Lots of things.
So many things.
I think.
It's like, where do you even start?
Where do do you see
I know
the wheels going in my brain right now? There's lots of things.
Okay.
An LLC.
Day one. Separate bank account?
Separate bank account.
Day one. Because this is, I don't have anything to put in it yet. Great. You're going to pay, what, $2 a month to open the account? I don't care. Get a free account. There's so many.
Yeah.
Get it separate. Okay.
Yep.
Day one.
That to me would be,
yep.
Because I didn't do that for long time.
QuickBooks, day one.
Day one. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to.
And because honestly, that to me, that all connects to like your tax write-offs and
100%.
All of that. So that is the lesson that I would have loved to have day one.
Yeah.
Year one.
I think you have to people think that getting your license is you just start. And that's not what happens.
Yeah.
And when you are starting, you're ebb and flowing with income. You have to treat it like a business. You don't just get to spend the check that you make.
Right.
Because
hold your taxes out. Thankfully I was told that in the very, very beginning, hey, you need to save to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
Because I know agents that don't.
They don't. And then the end of the year, they're scrambling.
Right. Well, then they're always in arrears. They're making payments, and by December they've paid off the year before, but they still haven't saved for the year they're in. So it's this vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And that really stresses me out to even think about.
Can I go back before day one? For people who are brand new, getting their license, before they get their license, they need to start telling their friends they're becoming a realtor. They need to go to classes at the market center that they're going to sign on to. They can't do real estate yet. We got to acknowledge that. They don't have a license. But having those conversations, like, I don't know where your first I want to ask about your first client here in a second. I want to tell you about my first client came, like, I literally had my buyer consult day 2. I had my license day 1, my buyer consult day 2. I had my first check after 90 days.
Yeah.
And then I had a second check again at like 93 days.
Yeah.
But it's because the conversation started like months before I got into real estate, and they have to.
Yeah.
What was your first client?
I mean, like day 1.
Yeah, same thing.
Because it was my best friends, and they were waiting for me to get my license.
Mine too.
They just waited. Yeah. Yep. And honestly, I knew I had looked at different offices, right? Mm-hmm. But I had gone to like a career night, and they had said, like, start telling people that you're studying, that you're going to do this, and then don't tell them when you're taking your test, but tell them when you pass your test.
Right, because you don't want to fail the test.
I mean, I really went really fast through. I remember I did it in the summer because I wasn't working, right? I had summers off, and we had a 4th of July trip planned, and so I started studying once we got home from the 4th of July, and then I tested in August.
Yeah.
And so I did it in like 6 weeks.
Mine was really fast like that too.
Yeah.
And then I just hit the ground running with training. Yeah. And so I was like all day long plugging into, I was like phone calls and classes, and that was it.
Yeah.
All day long from day 1. So that's the other thing I don't think people realize.
I didn't have any of that, but yeah.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
You didn't do classes?
No.
What did you do?
Not until I didn't do anything.
Until you're licensed, or just
no.
at all in general?
Like, no, I was licensed. Yeah. And then I just started practicing real estate with no knowledge.
Just raw dogging real estate, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I started showing, they're like, I'm like, oh, how do I, like, I didn't know I needed an MLS key. I didn't know I needed to take a course to get access to the MLS.
Yeah.
And so literally my friends were like, okay, you're licensed, cool. Like, we want to go see this house. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, how do I do any of this?
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, did you do this? Did you do this? And I was like, oh, so got that done that evening. We went the next day or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, how do I write an offer? I remember taking my humongous laptop in and I won't say his name, but he was like, you know, kind of was like, well, don't you know? I'm like, no, aren't you my mentor? Aren't I paying you 50% of this right now? First 3 transactions. I had no guidance with that.
But that's your day 1, day 2. Like,
but we went, I mean, I got my license in August, mutual in October. We closed before Thanksgiving.
I was going to say, so like sometimes flying by the seat of your pants, like, learning on the go. I want to say fake it till you make it, but it's not faking it because you're learning at the exact same time that you're supposed to be doing.
I also don't recommend learning on your best friends.
Yeah, don't do that.
Luckily, it all went really good.
Yes.
It went really, really good. It could have not, but it went well.
But you have to learn as you go, and you've got to start the process like so that you can get that ball rolling, because what our experiences are not the norm. Yeah. Most agents start day 1 and then sit here in the office and
3 to 6 months figure out what to do. Nothing.
Yeah. For 3 to 6 months. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they're already kind of on that withdrawal path of like, oh, maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe I should go do something else. Greener pastures.
What's the statistic that don't make it past?
I think it's like 85% in the first like 2 years or something.
Right. They don't make it to their second anniversary, right?
Yep.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, because our license is every 2 years. And so the 2-year mark is that they don't renew. Yeah. So it's a huge fallout rate. And it's because you're not having conversations right away. Mm-hmm. And then you don't know how to lead generate, because this industry is the hardest. Like, it's a sales job, but nobody's selling somebody a house. Like, I'm not selling you an $800,000 house.
What you sell
I can't convince you to do
that.
Exactly. I can convince you
I don't
to
think
work
that
with me.
people look at this industry and we're like, oh, it would be so fun to go walk around in beautiful, there we go, hitting the mic again.
That's okay.
Go walk around beautiful homes and show these gorgeous properties. And yeah, that's the fun part. That's not the work part.
Right.
The work part is finding your next client.
Yeah.
Right. I think
getting the house also is a little challenging.
Yes, for sure. Yes. Depending on what market you're in. And we've seen a lot.
Yeah.
I think another thing that I wish I had, like, I actually did ask this in that career night before I even started Rockwell, before I did any of that kind of stuff. I was like, what is the worst part of the job?
Ooh.
And he was like, and he was like, no one's ever asked me that before. And I was like, well, I want to know.
Yeah.
You know, like, am I going to leave a career for something that, you know, I might not really. I was just seeing options. What can I do to make some money to pay for IVF? I wasn't really like fully bought in on doing this forever. So, and he was like, the seasonality, the ups and downs. If you aren't consistent with lead gen, which I didn't even know what that meant when he said that.
Having conversations with people. That's all that means.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, I mean, but you have to ask for the business. You do have to.
I don't think I ask for the business very often.
You're in a different place in your career now.
Okay.
You do have to ask for the business in your
when
first
you're right.
1 to 3 years.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So, which is really hard for some people.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but knowing that like there is ups and downs of the seasons, like you make money, like you lead gen, and then you're servicing it. Yeah. And that's when, and then you get money, but then you haven't been lead genning while you're servicing those clients, and then you got nothing. And then you lead gen, and then you're servicing, and then nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to build your schedule. This is it. Building your schedule where the lead gen comes first before anything else.
Yeah.
Is how you build a sustainable business. But
I started this practice of like dangling the carrot of anything fun in my business on the backside of that lead gen time block. So like, and I wasn't great at like calling my database for the longest time. I was like, well, hopefully they'll remember me. Like, now I'm intentional because I have events going on, or like I'm chatting with them about something, whatever. But for the longest time, I was terrified to do that. And so I'd be like, okay, hope I'll see you in 7 years. Bye.
Right.
Don't now forget me. I like dangle the carrot of like, I really want to do something for like a social media post, or I really want to put together this operational process. And I put that directly behind my lead gen time. And I'll give myself usually a little bit more time than what I actually need. So like I might give myself an hour, but I only need like 30 minutes. And if I can get it done in 30 minutes, then I can do the fun stuff right away because I already have it like pre-planned, ready to go.
Yeah.
And I have found that works so good at actually keeping me consistent on doing it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I just won't.
Yeah.
And in my first year, I didn't know that existed. And then by my third year, I still didn't know that existed. And by about year 5, I started figuring that out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's taken a lot of years to feel confident in those ebbs and flows, because I would go from, this is amazing, my business is awesome, to, oh, I think I'm going to get out of real estate for like 5 years.
Right.
And I'll never sell another house again for 5 years. I did that. And now it's interesting because I'll get like the opposite, where I get anxious when it's really low because I'm like, it's about to get crazy busy. I already know it's going to get crazy. This is wild. And then when I'm really, really like on a crazy busy high, and I'm like, I got to keep lead generating. I got to keep doing, I get myself so amped up now because I'm afraid that it's going to flip.
Well,
But it's done with the business is I used to go from these, and for people not watching this, they won't see like my hand moving, but I used to go from these waves of like high, low, to now it's like high, medium, higher, slightly medium, higher, higher. And it's like getting higher and higher.
Yeah.
Where the lows are a good month. The highs feel ridiculous. And not all the time. It's not perfectly linear. Don't get me wrong. That would be great. And it's building on itself.
Yeah.
So a low month is no longer 0 homes.
Good.
Or negative homes.
Right.
Which is...
Oh, God. Ew.
We've all been there. We love a negative P&L month. Woo! It happens, though.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but that's the point of having a P&L, because if you don't know.
Yeah. You can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So, okay, P&L, LLC, separate your business, have conversations with people before you ever start, plug into the training ASAP.
Yeah. I think training, because your license, with the knowledge you're getting and studying for and testing for your license, has literally nothing to do with the actual work of selling real estate. So there's a lot more to do. Like, you get your license, good. You need that knowledge too. And there's a lot more to learn.
I would also track, like, so I tracked my business from day one, how many calls I was making, appointments setting, all those things. That I would also track from day one. If people aren't tracking, that's, I think, absolutely critical to do. But I would also implement like a project management system. And I have one now that I use. And I think we've talked about this. Like, do you have one? Or do you use just notes? You keep a notepad?
Yeah.
But I would still do that from day one.
Yeah.
And I did not from day one, where I have my list of like fun projects to do, things keeping me on track with this year. When am I sending the mailers for the Seahawks? Like, that needs to be on an automated thing.
Okay.
So I don't have to think about that. And I think it needs to happen from day one.
I mean, those are like within systems of KW, right? Your mailers are going on your growth calendar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But put them on your actual calendar. Not
if
just,
you're not reviewing that once a month and planning your next 3, like, you need a 3-month lookout.
Oh, I think it's 12.
You're not
No. Yes. Okay. Hold on. My growth plan, I put together in October, right? And I have all the things that I'm planning to do, events, pieces of mail, all the things I'm planning to do. Vacations. Yeah. But then by December 31st, all of those are actually physically on my calendar.
Okay.
So, like, I know that the Easter egg hunt in my neighborhood is happening on April 4th because I've already put it on the calendar. And then I put March 1st on my calendar, start planning Easter event.
Right.
So I'm not like relying on the fact that I've looked at my growth plan in February to figure out that I need to put it on in March.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, well, I guess if you're talking about if your growth plan is a piece of paper versus is your calendar.
True. Yes. Okay, that's fair. If your growth plan is a piece of paper, which is usually how it's drafting, then you're reliant on actually looking at it every month to then plan your stuff. But I would say put that actually on a project manager or on your calendar so that it pops up in your face.
Yes.
So you're only having to look at one thing.
Yeah.
The growth plan is still important to make sure you're on track, but it should be like a quick skim. Not like deep dive, I got to put this stuff on my calendar. I've lost you.
Well, what do you put this stuff on my calendar?
Okay.
All of that should be on your calendar. No?
From the end of December?
For whatever your business plan is.
But for the full 12 months, you've slated dates.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I did it wrong then for many, many years. Because what I was doing for many, many years is I had my growth plan and I had all the things I wanted to do. But if I didn't look at it January 1st or February 1st or whatever, the things happening in the next month were just missed.
Well, because you're probably not doing a 411 every week.
No, I'm not doing a 411 every week.
Okay, so that's the other piece of that.
I can't look at so many things, Sarah. It freaks me out.
But your growth calendar is what, like, dictates that month, right? Because you're looking out, okay, this is happening in 3 months. I mean, I need to start planning it now. That means it goes on the 411 for this month. Where am I doing it? What week am I doing this on?
My brain doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I can't break it down on a monthly thing.
But it is your project manager system.
It is. I just have to do it all at one time for the entire year. I can't do it every single month. I'll miss it.
It's every week.
I definitely can't do it every week. I can tell you that. I can't do it every week.
A 411 is every week. But, I mean, I think this is the thing. Okay? So, for those OGs that have been doing a 411 for 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? Then it becomes so mundane but then you're missing like the point of it, right? Yeah. It shouldn't be mundane where it's like, okay, it's not a checklist. This is how you're moving your business forward.
Yeah.
This is what is the next step in your next growth thing. So like mine can be like, I need a system for something, right? And that needs to be done this month. What's the first step of that system planning? That's what I need to get done in week 1. Is that first step. Or I'm adding a new union to my classes where I'm teaching buyer classes. Okay, this month I need to identify all of the ones I need to start conversations with. Who are my ideal unions I want to teach classes at? Whatever, right? Like that's those steps that go onto that 411 to make sure you're growing.
I think you're better at this format than I am.
I would not say that I'm an expert at it by any means, but
I do these things, but the format that form is in does not work for my brain at all.
I switched to digital this year.
Oh, that's good.
Because last year, I also was in like a coaching group with Pam for a year on this.
Yeah.
So that helped.
I think it's I think you're spot on with I know you're spot on with it is the framework, and then how you actually implement that framework is what's going to make you successful. It's just like anything. You start with what is the model, and then you add the creativity of the way that you're doing things.
Yeah.
So for you, the model is the 411, which is the 4 weeks, 1 month, adds up to the 1 year, right? I think that's
yeah.
Okay. That works for you, and reviewing that either on a paper copy or a digital copy on a weekly basis, that works really well for you and has kept you consistent. For me, the same concept of what do I need to do in order to get to my month goals and my year thing, that framework works for me, but I can't sit down and plan it on a weekly basis. I have to look at a year basis, map it all out, get it onto the calendar, and then it's a set forget. I am just running. And I think actually it's all the same thing.
It is.
And then
you're just not reviewing it every week.
My weeks are the micro adjustments. So
Yeah. No, that's right. No,
that's totally on a weekly basis. I write out how the people that I need to have conversations with, the projects I'm moving forward with, but I have the checklist of my 4 week. The things I said don't pre-plan the checklist. Mine is the pre-planned checklist that I then just fill in because I know and I can trust that all the dates are already out there.
Yeah. They should. I mean. Yes. Your year should be planned in October. 100%. Yeah. That's also probably a first year thing that get a business plan.
And it takes a while to figure out what all those tools mean because there's so many different types of tools to use. There's a growth plan for the full year with events. And then there's your 411, which helps break down your main goal into months and then weeks.
How you get to
how you get there. And
you
then
your economic model and your
your 135, which is what you're actually focusing on, and the 3 strategies and the individual priorities to get you to those things. That document, that one I look at weekly. My 135.
The 135?
That one I look at weekly.
That is what is filling in. So the growth plan in the 135 is what fills in the 411.
So maybe I do this. I just don't do it in the template.
Do.
Yeah, I totally do.
Totally doing this.
I just don't do it in the template.
Exactly.
Because my 135, I pull up on my Sunday planning sessions and I look at, and then I figure out what projects are moving those initiatives forward.
Yes. You're 100% doing it.
I just
but
if I put it in the template, it's gone though. I'm not going to do it if it's in the template.
Okay.
I don't like the template.
You use ClickUp? Is that your project engineering thing that you're using?
I use that because then I can communicate with my admins. And I can keep everything super organized, and I can actually see everything that's moving in my business because I'm a type A and I want full control also while not doing. So this is my little baby step.
Also while not doing.
Yeah. So I have full transparency, not control, full transparency into what's happening and what's moving and what's getting done in my business.
Yeah.
That happens in ClickUp, which is my project management platform.
Okay.
And then for me, I keep myself on track with it's truly my calendar. My to-do list lives either in my calendar or in my notepad.
Is it color-coded and all of that? I have a trick. I don't know if this happens for you, but like my lead gen type things, like who I'm called, whatever it is, I have to change the color of that like every 3 months.
So yes, because
like
then you'll
stop
blow over
seeing
it.
Yeah.
I can't do lead gen time blocks anymore. It has to be checklist. So now in Google Calendar, when you add a task, it shows up as a half-hour time block by default.
Yeah.
So, and it will actually be on a specific time. So now I have like my nurture calls or my DTD2 calls.
Yeah.
They're a checklist item that recurs every Monday. But because it's a checklist, if I get to Tuesday, it's now past due and it's still there. And so now I have to move it because I can't just check it off. Versus if it was a time block, I would just not do it and then it was gone. Because I've passed the time block area, which is why I did the exact same thing. So now it's a checklist, and
you're gonna need to show me this
all week.
Okay, I really, really like this, and this is I want to adjust to this.
And so it's still on my calendar as a half hour, or I can adjust it to a full hour, whatever I want. But like,
well, it's each task expands the time allowed.
Yeah, usually
keep it at 30 minutes.
It's a half hour.
Yeah.
An hour freaks me out. So it's a half hour, and then I move it where I need to move it, depending on what appointments are doing. But I just get it done by Friday, and that's my promise to myself: 100%. Is it's done by Friday.
Yeah.
And if everything's always done by Friday, I know that I'm moving the needle forward correctly every week, week over week. 411. Okay, I can see how I'm actually doing the 411. I'm upset about it, but I can see that now.
You really are.
I really am.
Well, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I'm following the model. But I know that, like, sure, I would do better if I'm also getting it always done on Monday, but that's too much pressure. I need you to just know that I get it done by the week.
Yeah, no, okay. So here's also the thing. Like you have a list of your DTD2s is totally a KW term, and they're
doing
not
the database twice is what it's.
So it's two different letters of the alphabet where you're calling those people and you're hitting it every 16 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So on Monday, I start all of those calls, but you may not actually connect to any of those people. So I'm not checking that person off until I've actually connected with them. And that will take till the week.
Oh, so you'll try multiple times.
Yeah, I want to connect with them.
Oh, I don't.
I got to update some notes.
Checklist is I've tried.
Okay. Well, because I see your name pop up or whatever.
That's my whole thing. I still have major call reluctance, major fear of the phone. This has always been a thing I hate.
That phone weighs 100 pounds.
It's so much. Yeah. And so now I'm like, if I can do the bare minimum.
Okay, are they phone calls? Are they texts?
No, texts.
Are they?
If I get real spicy, I'll voice memo somebody, but I'm never calling somebody. I can't say that. The only time I call somebody, if I have a very specific, you told me this, I promised we'd connect here, then I'm giving you a call. For example, I have one that I'm trying to nail down a time to go see the property. They have a tenant in it. So I'm working back with his property manager, and I had a conversation with him about the property management, my conversation with the tenant, blah, blah, blah. So there's like logistics to it, right?
Yeah.
More so than just like a, hey, following up text. But
right.
Invites to events, text.
Yeah.
Everything's text.
I am very fluid, and I will, however I communicate with that person is where I'm going to show up for them. Text message, some voice call, some prefer FaceTime calls. So there's some friends that I like FaceTime.
You only FaceTime them?
There is like her preferred. And so I'm totally fine with that. I don't have to wear she's a friend.
Okay.
Like I don't have to, you know what I mean? Because these are my sphere. I'm also referral based. Like I'm not really... The only people outside of referral, which are basically referrals because the union is saying like, we trust her. Yeah. She's teaching this class, go learn from her, whatever. So I'm already getting like a boost from them. So they're all really warm leads basically, you know, but I have some friends that I really only talk to them on Snapchat. You can tell how old they are. And
I love this.
They're like your age.
Yeah.
Or on Facebook Messenger, or which I hate. I despise instant or DMing. I am terrible at checking it. But there are some people that I know that is their form of, and so that's where I'll go to talk to them.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm like that. I very much...
It's all just a text
or
text. A voice note.
It's rare that it's something else. Sometimes it's like a Facebook message, though.
Okay.
Which is still text, arguably.
I agree. Yes, but it's just not.
I just had to land on what makes me comfortable that I'm going to actually do. And I think that's another thing, like for first year people. One, every coach everywhere is going to tell you you have to call, and you should be calling, because it's almost impossible to develop a relationship via text. For me, I'm an in-person person. So my text messages look like, hey, let's get coffee.
Yes.
Or come to my event. And
Yes.
so I am still getting the voice-to-voice, the with people physically in person.
Yeah.
But I also spent way too long not reaching out because I was so afraid that I think that was a detriment to my business. And so knowing what I know now, I would have just started the conversation via text, even if it's only 30%, because 30% was better than 0. And I genuinely think my business would have been bigger and better because of it. Like, I'm just now getting to where I'm like, oh, this is a great system of a business. Whereas I feel like I spent a lot of years feeling like, well, where's the next piece coming from? Who am I talking to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I can't think of anything else that I would say. The piece of information I would want to know.
Yeah.
In my first years, I think what we've talked about is enough to get them rolling.
Yeah. Get yourself a good group of people too.
Yeah.
A good market center.
If you're
a good group of friends.
If your office has classes, KW is known for education.
Yeah.
So obviously we would recommend a KW office.
Yeah.
And there's lots of offices, but when you're new, you want to make sure you're getting some training.
Yeah.
That's important.
For sure.
Yeah.
And reach out. Like, we're resources too to compare.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the first one. I love Keller Williams, and I'm here for a reason. And I'm the first one to tell you that you need to explore everything first before you decide.
Yeah.
So, if you need that list of like, what do I ask? How do I find the right brokerage?
We've got lists of questions.
We've got lists. So just send a DM. Good.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, good to talk to you always. If you're in this season 2
or something we said hit home, follow along.
We'll see you next week.